I think that what is important to have an event like this today is because it is what I call like a non-mature market yet. Why solar has been around for quite a long time, and in some instance for more than 30 years. I mean, we installed PV solar, for example, like in satellite and in the space station for a while. Actually, we haven't done so much over the past 10 years in Europe, and definitely in UK the market really rose like over probably the past 3 years. We've seen definitely a surge of a new project in the last 18 months, and we haven't seen the banks and many lenders being involved actually in the market for the simple reason is that because it is not like a mature market, because the project is not big enough, it hasn't catch their attention yet. And that's why I think this kind of event is important, because it gives the opportunities for some of these developers or EPC contractor basically, or even like sponsors and an equity provider to meet with a debt provider which are probably more specialists in this market, and we can help them to raise that finance that is required.
So do you think the problem has been that potential investors didn't even know the market existed?
Well, it's not that the market existed, it's there is only few actors. I mean, we've been with Independent Capital Market one of the first to do a solar bond in 2012, and we were the first actually worldwide to do a securitization. I mean, since, as you can see, we set up the Renewable financing company, which is a dedicated lending company for the renewable. But as far as I'm aware, I think we're the only one here to doing so. Of course, we've seen now the banks are actually starting to look at the sector as well, but it is still embryonic. There is no it's not like, for example, if you go like in an infrastructure project such as port or road, where you will have like a dozen of lenders which are happy, for example, to lend massively. It is a small market. You're talking to like some of the actors which only have probably 150 million, for example, of assets. It may sound large, but actually it is not so big, like in big things, I think, and especially like compared to in the infrastructure world. So I think this event is, it is really like an awareness exercise, and it's important for people to know what is available, but also that they understand when they build their project also what is the requirements for people like us in order to invest in their project. I mean, TRFC, for example, is making like investment and loan for up to 20 years. So we're not here like for the next 3 years and just we want the park to being built and then flip the asset. We're actually here for the long term. We are already the partners for the lifetime of the asset. So we do have specific requirement, and it is better than the hearing, I would say, before than they starting to be built since inception, rather than after, because otherwise it will be too late.
You're in it for 20 years, you say?
Yes.
Some people see a return on investment after, 7 years maybe?
Well, it's quite different. I mean, we are a lender, so we are only lending. Our return on investment is over 20 years, but our return on capital will be around, like I would say, 8 to 9 years.
Okay. And is that specifically in the UK market, or I mean, are there particular countries that are seeing a lot of growth at the moment?
Yeah, well, I mean, the United Kingdom seems to have definitely to be like the flavor of the years, like here in Europe, and this is where everything is happening. But we definitely are looking to probably like continental Europe, and within continental Europe, definitely only certain country. But I mean, France, Germany, Italy, or Nordic are definitely a country which we will be interested to look at it.
Okay. Even though those markets are slowing down a little bit, they're more established maybe?
It is more established, but there is a lot of refinancing to do. I mean, taking for example Italy, which have a very strong solar industry and a lot of assets over there. What we're seeing is actually due to the high level of gearing of the country itself, we're seeing a lot of banks actually like pulling out and want to deleverage their balance sheet. And therefore there is a lot of opportunity definitely in the secondary market, but for like equity sponsors, but there is a lot of opportunity for people like us to refinance that asset and take the place of the bank.